Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we're going to be bullshitting about the Switch again. Yes, I know it sounds old, but look, we're less than a week away. It's going to be here this coming Friday, March 3rd. So we're just going to go ahead and talk about the launch and what to expect for it. Let's get the introductions out of the way. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
One of the things that, all the way coming through the last few weeks, especially since we were past the official reveal, which happened back in I believe October, and then there was news that came out in January and everything. And there's been details for the Switch coming out. The day of reckoning is at hand. This coming Friday is March 3rd, 2017, and it will be released worldwide. And people who were fortunate enough to go out of their way and actually pre-order it have something to go ahead and look forward to. Now, there are a few details, even up to this minute, that have been popping up, like things like the fact that these are the things that you can expect with the Switch. These are the things that aren't going to be there. These are the things that you might think about picking up. These are the things that you're not going to be able to buy. And what we're going to do in this particular video here is that we're just going to go ahead and run down the list for a little bit, and we're going to give our thoughts on this upcoming launch and our take on what people may expect from it. All right, let's get the perfunctory things out of the way. The Switch, as we know it, is coming out at $299.99. It's going to go ahead and it's going to include all of the your tablet, your Joy-Cons, a Joy-Con grip, HDMI cable, and the dock. That's what's going to be there for $299. It's not going to include a game. All right. The games that are going to be available at launch so far is that you have 1-2 Switch, Fast RMX, Just Dance 2017, Human Resource Machine, I Am Setsuna, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Little Inferno, Shovel Knight, Skylanders Imaginators, Snipper Clips, Super Bomberman R, and World of Goo. Half of those titles that I just named off are going to be available only through the online through the eShop, Nintendo eShop, of which you're going to be able to go ahead and actually right now, if you go and out of your way, you can register your Nintendo account, and if there's a handle or username that you want to make sure that you've reserved, you can go ahead and do that right now. You could also on the Nintendo account page, you can also link up your Nintendo ID if you happen to have a Wii U or a 3DS, where you have any sort of eShop purchases and everything else. You can link up your ID. So I don't know if that's going to help them, cross-platform things, whether or not there are purchases that you've already made or anything like that. But yeah, that stuff is in place. Now, the one thing that they don't have, admittedly, is that they don't have a very big launch lineup. And at this moment in time, they have confirmed that the Virtual Console, the ability to go ahead and play backwards compatible classic consoles like the Super Nintendo or the NES or the Genesis, or even the Game Gear or the TurboGrafx 16, all the stuff that they've had on the other versions of Virtual Console that's out for like the Wii U or 3DS, none of that stuff is going to be available at launch. It's going to be added later. What are your guys' thoughts on that as far as game offerings for the Nintendo come March 3rd?
Well, the thing about it, as far as it offering games and things like that, there hasn't been like a perfect launch for a console. So, okay. Ever since, in my opinion, the Dreamcast. So I can let the launch slide. What I'm really, really worried about is not only the games, but the features that you're going to try to either tack on or try to force down our throats that has to do with game. Say again?
Credit card slot.
No, please don't let that fucking. Every time I said the credit card slot, I was always kidding and being facetious and just throwing garbage out there, but that better not come true. It just better not. Better not be a peripheral, so you can scan your phones on it or whatever in order to renew your service or to download certain things. That better not happen. But look, the most important aspect is games. But now, ever since the announcements with the Breath of the Wild, and it's going to have like DLC and expansion passes attached to it, what other games is that going to happen with? That's one of my biggest concerns right now. Seriously, if I have to purchase a Varia suit for Metroid, I'll be pissed.
I hope things don't go that far. I mean, we've had the discussion about DLC before,
you're lucky you don't have to purchase the Master Sword.
Yeah, I don't think they would go that far, but I'm going to stop short of saying that I completely believe that, for the fact that, like a lot of other people, when I heard that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild had a DLC in the season pass, I was disappointed, very disappointed to a point. Okay. But my stance on DLC and stuff like that, if it actually adds something extra, like I said, if it doesn't commit one of the 3 cardinal sins of DLC, it's on disc already. It turns into a microtransaction pay to win, or if it means that I have to go ahead and get it to get a real fucking ending to the game. As long as it doesn't do those 3 things, I'm usually cool with it. Okay. But I don't want to go ahead and beat the dead horse on that. What about you, Grey Mouse? What are your concerns as far as the games that are being offered at launch and the fact that it's not going to have a virtual console?
I have nothing bad to say. I'm just waiting for my Switch to come in the mail on Friday, and I will be playing The Legend of Zelda.
Waggling Joy-Cons.
Yeah, until you are out in the open in the free world, and then next thing you know, a paywall shows up.
I haven't heard any word of that happening to any of the review stuff. Neither has it showed up in any of the extended gameplay videos that are out there. Okay, they have gameplay videos that are out there that are available to see that are upwards of 2 hours long. So I haven't seen anything like that pop up.
They didn't get the hour number 3.
Yeah, there's certain sites that's already done reviews or sort of reviews. IGN, one of them. They've already done 5 hours into it, and what I'm getting from everybody is that the game's hard. It's not your traditional Zelda, and
Zelda was never really easy.
No, it's people are saying it's you die a lot.
Ocarina of Time was easy. I will say that right off the bat. Ocarina of Time was really fucking easy. Okay, and it's just like Mega Man 2 was really easy, and people say that that's the best classic Mega Man 2. All right, I have no surprises that people sit there and say that Ocarina of Time is the best one, but it was a great game. Now, my reserves with all of the stuff that's going on with the launch lineup and everything else, honestly, I've said this before, it looks anemic, all right? It looks really, really light, especially considering that they have like 12 titles, of which I think 7 of them are physical and 5 of them are download or digital only. It sounds really bad, but I will go ahead and put it in context that there have been other consoles out there that have launched with much better lineups, much bigger offerings at launch.
I don't think any Sony system has done that.
But I was about to continue on. There have been other consoles that have launched that have had bigger launch lineups, but that isn't always an indicator that that's going to do very well as far as the console goes. All right, the Dreamcast had an epic fucking launch lineup. Its first month was goddamn packed. Okay. Literally like 18 physical titles within the first 2 weeks that it released with.
And most of those titles basically had every genre on lock.
Yeah, and they had everything covered, but unfortunately we know the story. At the end of everything, it sold only a little bit more than 13 million, and it's considered financially a failure. All right. It's also Sega's last console, so a big launch lineup doesn't always equate to instantaneous success. Now, the thing with the virtual console is that if they get to it sooner or later, that's nice. I'm not going to miss it. You know why? Because I have a cell phone, I have a PC, I have a 3DS, I have a PSP. You know, I have multiple ways to go out of my way and play classic NES, SNES, Genesis, TurboGrafx, even fucking consoles I don't even own. All right. And I can play them in different regions and different languages in at least half a dozen different avenues. So personally, myself, I'm not going to miss that. If it comes up and it's something that they're going to offer later on, hey, great. You know, now, you know, that's one of the things that a lot of people are kind of complaining about. I understand, but guess what? If you haven't, I don't want to sound like an elitist PC master race asshole, all right? But if you haven't figured out how to do emulation on your PC, and guess what? A lot of this stuff, that's a lot of the better emulators out there, they'll run on a fucking 486, all right? You don't even need a beast of a machine to go out of every way to put it together, all right? And if you're really, 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 you know, looking for something that's like as easy as unzipping it and putting it in a folder someplace, you probably torrent a whole fucking library for a console, you know, and have it in on your computer in less than 30 minutes. It's one of those things where it's like, if you really haven't figured that out, well, then, you know, your disappointment with the Switch not having a virtual console is your own disappointment. Did you get rid of your Wii U? Did you get rid of your 3DS? Because if that's the case, you know, well, yeah, you're disappointed with something that you brought upon yourself. But that's not to say that games or alone is the only thing that people are going to be concerned about. You know, one of the things that I saw over the last week was that there was a video, actually a lot of websites and a lot of, a few YouTubers were putting out, they were either saying, okay, these are the things that you want to buy along with the Switch, or the most retarded thing is that they frame it in a way that these are the hidden costs of the Switch, all right? These are the things that you don't know you're going to have to go ahead and buy, all right? And I will say this right off the bat. I don't know anybody out there. I don't know anybody out there who's buying a system for themselves, who goes ahead and walks into their local Walmart or GameStop or Best Buy or whatever retailer it is, and they sit there, they go in and they say, yeah, give me that brand new Sony system. All I want is a system. Do you want any games? No, all I want is a system. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hook it up and I'm going to stare at the browser. All right. I don't know anybody who does that, all right?
It's funny because there people have done that said, okay, I want it, and yeah, it's going to be my DVD player.
You know, for that particular purpose, maybe, all right? Shit, even going back as to the Wii U, if you wanted another Netflix box, if you couldn't sit there and watch it on your fucking phone, you can go ahead and use it for that. But there's a couple of things that you're probably going to want, you know, when you go ahead and get a Switch, if you're somebody who went ahead and did a pre-order. Things to go out of your way and consider is probably if you don't want to get an extra set of Joy-Cons, all right, then guess what? You don't have to worry about the Joy-Con, the charging grip. So that's $80 and another $30 right there that you don't even have to worry about. Other things that you probably are going to be interested in. If you're somebody who's going to go ahead and take it on the go, a carrying case, really fucking simple. Those things run anywhere from $10 to $40, depending on the type of carrying case that you have. You can run anywhere on Amazon to go ahead and get a hold of that. And the only other thing that I think may be required outside of a game to actually be able to play is a micro SD card for additional storage and everything like that. Thankfully,
wow, big.
Well, here's the thing about that. Thankfully, standard micro SD cards, you know, SDXC cards, you know, a 64 gigger will probably run you like $20. A 120 gig card will run you like $30 in most cases. If you're searching around Amazon or any other site that's out there You can find them as big as 256 gigs, and you can find them as low as like for a 200 gig card as low as $70. So they're not pulling a Sony Vita here with this fucked up M2 memory card. Okay,
Not yet.
No, they're not going to. All right, they're not the ones. They don't have a stranglehold on who controls this shit. So thankfully, that's not going to happen.
That doesn't stop gaming companies before.
It only stops them if nobody else is out there and able to go ahead and make and manufacture memory and things like that, or what's that, accessories. Okay, give you your prime example. The PSP, the Sony Memory Card Duo, when that first came out, was expensive as fuck. At the time that the PSP Go came out, the Memory Card Duo, the patent on it had expired, so third-party manufacturers could go ahead and make it. All of a sudden, you could find Memory Card Duo adapters for like less than $5. Usually, you find them as little as $2 a piece, and you could shove two 32 gig micro SD cards in it, and you had a 64 gig card. And if you modded your PSP, it was a magical fucking device, and you could do a whole bunch of things with it, right? With this particular one, thankfully, look, if you're going to go out of your way and you're going to buy the Nintendo brand micro SD card, just like they had Nintendo brand SD cards for the Wii and the Wii U, you're going to be paying out the ass for that white little card with a Nintendo symbol on it. But if you're going out of your way just to buy, pick up any micro SD card, then you're going to be able to save yourself some cash. That's just the truth of the matter, you know? I mean, what do you guys think of? I know you're getting one, Gray Mouse. What are you thinking about getting alongside of it other than Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
What else is there?
I have this vision. I don't know. I've seen Theme do it.
Well, oh God. What else is there? There's nothing else that matters.
Look, you're lucky that Zelda is a launch title.
Yeah, actually, I'd say that he is.
Look, not just Gray Mouse, but most of the fans here, because I don't think Mario Odyssey would have cut it. Even though as good as it looks, I don't think it would have cut it as far as saying that this is a system to get.
Yeah.
But for the peripheral thing, I mean, I've thought about getting the charging grip, but the S controller is going to be a must-have.
Well, for certain games, yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll probably end up getting that as well. But other than that, I'm just waiting for the system to come out. And like we said in other videos,
wait a minute. Is Breath of the Wild Amiibo compatible?
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I think there's a whole line of like Link and Amiibos that are pretty much available.
Look, I think that every Switch game should be Amiibo compatible.
Well, the Wolf Link, that's actually going to be compatible. You can put that on there. You actually can play alongside you through certain things. And then there's also I think the 4 or 5 Amiibos that specific for that game. So of course, you know, with me and all my Amiibos, I'm going to have to get those as well. But like you said, the S controller is definitely going to have to be a what do you call it? A must-have for me. And then, you know, I've been looking at the Bomberman one. I mean, I think that would be a great party game. But other than that, I'm just waiting.
You just better not have any slow gameplay.
You know what? I would have to say anything is better than anything is better than what they put out on the Xbox 360 a few years ago with, what was it, Bomberman Reborn or whatever the fuck it was. That was horrible.
Boring.
Yeah.
That shit was boring and it was slow. Look, just take it back to the Super Bomberman on the SNES. Just take it back to that and call it a day. And look, again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, and I'm gonna do the wishing game once again. If the Switch gets certain games, then I'm gonna throw my fucking wallet at Nintendo. It's just that simple. If Nintendo secures some third-party titles and that goes nowhere else, somehow, some way, then again, I'll be like, yeah, wallet, yeah, just keep it for a bit. Yeah, it's all there. Just give me the games and give me the system. I mean, come on, let's face it. What would you like to see on the Switch? As far as saying a gaming franchise or, certain companies just reviving shit to be on the Switch specifically.
Come back, namely Suikoden, stuff like that would be nice. Some Square Enix stuff would be nice as well.
Another Mario RPG.
I think something along the lines of Paper Mario is probably in the works already. I would be surprised if it wasn't.
Paper Mario, yeah, but a Mario RPG would be fucking epic.
Yeah. Or something along the lines of like the Mario Luigi saga games they put out on the GBA and also on the DS and 3DS coming up. I'm pretty much expecting something like that to show up. What I would like to see, just off the top of my head, is a brand new WarioWare. I would love to see a brand new WarioWare.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah. Suda51 during the Switch unveiling event, the big one that they had, even though it was really hard to sit there and understand them through the horrible translator and the fact that the translator couldn't keep up with him. But he said that he was going out of his way and he was hoping to make another game with Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes. If they make another No More Heroes game, I will definitely be picking them because
I would love to see another beautiful Joe.
Yeah, I mean the first two No More Heroes I absolutely love. Beautiful Joe though, as far as that goes, I don't know if Capcom is even going to touch that. I would hope that they would.
That's what
if they do, that would be great. Another Clover Studios game that I would hope to see, but may not ever see the light of day ever again, which is a complete shame, is Okami, another Okami title. They went ahead, they put out Okami, they put it on the PS2, they put out another version for the Wii, and then they also did Okami Den for the DS. But after that, it was like nothing. All right, absolutely nothing.
I mean, along those same lines, Reverend, I would love to see another Legacy of Kain. Do you want? What about Bayonetta 3? Switch. Part two went for the Wii U.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see another one of those because the thing is Kamiya, as far as it goes, the Bayonetta style games and the DMC style games is the type of thing that Platinum Games is known for, as far as putting those things forward and everything. If they were to put that out, that would definitely be on my list of things to get. I think the one thing that we would want to hope for, because I'm looking at the list of what they have announced out so far, and pretty much they have the first 12 games that are available on March 3rd, and then sometime in the spring, like March, April time, they have, let's see here, ARMS, Has-Been Heroes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Puyo Puyo Tetris, and Snipper Clips, right? And then in the summer, they have Rhyme and Splatoon. Then everything after that is to be determined. So there's another like 15 to 18 titles that have been announced and have been confirmed, but they're all to be determined late 2017 or maybe early 2018. The one thing that I want to see, and this is stepping away from like specific titles and things like that, is that I want to see them go out of their way to regularly release games on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be a lot of games. They just have to keep on releasing them. Okay, don't sit there and have like this 2-month gap where it's like, oh, we're just gonna drop like 2 or 3 titles every
Right.
2 months. No, I mean, give me something every fucking 2 weeks. All right, even if it's just one title. All right, give the fans, give the people who are picking up the system something consistent to look forward to. Okay, whether or not it be physical, whether or not it be digital, just keep on bringing out those fucking games.
Don't have a gap where you don't see anything for a while. That will totally devastate this system, no matter when it takes place.
Yeah. Yep.
And I would like to see Nintendo participate in this year's E3 and show us what they got. I mean, come on. We already know what they're going to be coming out with, but fuck, man, if they come out E3 swinging, especially for some first party shit that we know is going to eventually end up on there, that we're going to be looking forward to, like a Kirby, like a Metroid, like maybe a Kid Icarus, or fucking, like you said, a WarioWare. WarioWare will be fucking awesome. WarioWare on the go against people. How awesome would that fucking be? If especially 2 or 4 players is done right.
Yeah, I mean,
WarioWare online.
A WarioWare on the Wii was fucking awesome. If you ever get a chance to play it with people, I mean, it's awesome. Was there anything Grey Mouse? I saw you like shaking your head and you smiled like you had something hit you like a bolt out of the blue. Like you wanted to interject something.
No, I was just laughing at Theme. That's all. I know what happened.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say, to wrap this particular one up, there's a lot of things. There are a lot of expectations that a lot of people have coming up with every brand new console launch. Go ahead, Theme.
Say, wait. Hard drive support. If it's all possible, Nintendo, come on. Everybody has their concerns about the memory of this thing. Yes, there's going to be the micro SD cards, and don't do that fucking Vita shit. Don't fucking do that. Please, don't have your own designated cards for this thing to be compatible with it. No, that will totally kill any momentum that you may move forward with. Don't make expansion packs or downloads as big as the fucking games. Don't do that. Fucking no. Just steer away from the BS that all these other systems and games do. You can do your own thing, but you can still satisfy the fans at the same time. You can still be in a great grace of gamers all at the same time. Please, damn. I mean, you have all these companies that take polls, and we don't see if they actually matter. Sega has done its polls. Konami has done their polls. Nintendo, please, you got to understand that there are people out there that want certain things. And the answers are right in front of you. Breath of the Wild, congratulations. You basically hooked, line, and sinkered a whole bunch of motherfucking people. You, like the Reverend said, keep coming out with games. You have to keep going, and you have to keep moving forward. That's just, yeah. If you put Power Stone 3 or Rival Schools 3 on this fucking console, I'll buy it. It's just as simple as that. Seriously, just bring out some fucking great games. Oh yeah, look, I've been waiting for that for years.
No, you did that too well, man. You're doing good.
Look, again, hey, we haven't seen a sequel to those in decades. I don't care. So fucking please.
A 2D Metroid.
Again, you have that. Just don't have no fucking stupid DLC to that. and I'll be absolutely fine. Because if I have to buy the speed boost, fuck you. I would not get that. No. If I have to ask permissions to do everything once again, I've never played Other M, but asking permission for you to have shit that's already on your fucking arsenal? No.
And scared of Ripley?
Oh, no. Let's not go through that again.
Yeah.
Or Ridley, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ripley.
Yeah, I think Samus beats out Sigourney Weaver in a loader suit any day of the week. To be completely honest with you,
I don't know. That'd be a good competition right there, dude.
I don't know.
According to Other M, no, she doesn't.
Oh well, yeah, that's something else. But there's a lot of things that we definitely have a huge wish list for the system, and it's because we're looking forward to it. We want it to succeed. Everybody in this video wants to succeed. We're going to see what happens, whether or not everything lives up to the hype come March 3rd, this coming Friday. And we want to see what you, if you follow this video all the way up until the end, what you think about what you expect for the Nintendo Switch launch coming this third. Did you pre-order it? Were you one of the people who were able to do it? Or are you going to be just like every other mook, searching the corners of retail to see if you can go ahead and get one? Or maybe it doesn't really matter to you. We want to hear that. Go ahead and leave us a comment below. While you're at it, go ahead, hit that like button, hit subscribe. We really appreciate it. That's basically what we want out of this. This is our thoughts on the upcoming Nintendo Switch launch, March 3rd, 2017, worldwide, brand new Nintendo system, dogs and cats falling out of the sky, marrying each other. All right. And all that other good
apocalyptic the way down.
Yeah. And you have, what is it? Cuppies. Yeah. By the time they hit the floor. Okay. Yeah. And all that other apocalyptic Ghostbusters shit, With that, we're the middle-aged guys. We've been bullshitting about the Switch launch for the last almost 40 minutes, folks. Our bullshit on that ends here. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and cuppies. Cuppies, dude. That sounds like a new identity for fucking animals. Humans are doing it. They're identifying as other things. Identity politics turned into identity gymnastics. Cuppies. Oh my God. Yes, I've seen a guy walking a cat before, but yeah. Once again, for benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming. Come on, Switch. Do your first year is the most important year. By year number 2, we gotta see fucking great ass games, features that continue. Come on, and less BS that the others do. Please. Credits.
What sort of sound would the cuppy make? I know the cat does nyan nyan.
I'm trying to do that. No.
Puppies go bow wow. Cats go nyan nyan. Would a cuppy go byan byan?
The bow meow. Meow wow. If I see cats burying bones in the backyard, no, dude. No.